And welcome to CBD Talks with Dr. Dance. And guess what? I'm Dr. Dance, also known as Dr. Victoria Boyd. First, I want to give a big shout out to our guest host last time, Chef Kidi Awadu, for the wonderful nuggets of information he shared about health, CBD, and improving health through all the aspects. Make sure you check out that episode because he really dropped some nuggets on us. And one thing he really talked about was the value of food in our diet. But I'm going to stay on that same train of thought. If you didn't see my first episode, and why not? Okay, sorry, I'll forgive you for that. I was a former dancer. I taught dance for 28 years in a performing arts high school. I was in the dance industry for about 35. And as a former dancer and teacher, hence the name Dr. Dance, needless to say, my career was pretty grueling. And as dancers, we tend to dismiss, ignore, or just grind through some of the pain we experience. So what's happening when you're working out? I had to experience it because my residual injuries just kept coming back and back. And I was literally popping so much ibuprofen and just painkillers that I needed to find a new way of maintaining it. And so I really started looking at what is the best way to maintain first optimal energy, how you want to endure a workout, routines as you strengthen your muscles. However, even the strongest have their limits and they sometimes run out of steam. So I'm going to be giving you some information about enhancing your athletic performance or workout routine so that you can really boost your activity. And so this is for anyone who goes to the gym regularly. You might be a fitness coach, an athlete, you might be one of those weekend warriors that just does it sometimes. Or you actually might have a career that is physically enduring where you have to use physical labor extended amounts of time. Anything could be that. So you need to know what some of the potent substances are that can sustain you. And guess what? One of those substances is cannabinol or CBD. Okay, stop. Before you turn away, remember, stop the stigma. You need to learn what the term cannabinol really means. And I've been going over it. Yes, it's derived from the cannabis plant, but it is not the source of the narcotic marijuana. We are talking about CBD that is from its cousin, the hemp plant. Now, there's an assortment of benefits that you may know about CBD, and you probably realize that it's safe to use. If you don't understand that, you need to know it is safe to use. There are no narcotic effects like in weed, So as we look at it, therefore, it's time for you to learn about the compounds benefits. And I've really been studying this. I've been researching it because guess what? My background is in dance. And so I'm looking at the athletic performance. And we're going to talk about several different things. So let's consider your cortisol. What is cortisol? Okay. In conventional marijuana, there's high levels of THC, sometimes concentrations of 20 and 30%, which sort of induce that mania or that anxiety. It's the one that gives you that cycle effect. But it can make your adrenal system hard to work, causing massive overflow of cortisol into the blood. On the other hand, CBD causes the opposite. In studies, CBD was found to curb cortisol secretion. And cortisol is one of those things that make you fat. So just had to throw that out there. But it's reducing the cortisol in the blood. While the study involved very few subjects, it is believed that the individuals who used cannabis with THC also take CBD supplements could reduce anxiety effects. I'm saying take it without the THC. So some of the weight loss perks. When one uses weed, it increases their appetite, and that becomes a problem. So in CBD, the opposite is true. CBD suppresses the appetite and can be considered an anti-obesity agent. So if you're working out, weight is one of your concerns, and so it can help you manage that. You may want to try just CBD with your weight loss struggles. Think about also other things you need to do. As an athlete, you need to get a good night's sleep. Everyone says you need 7 or 8 hours. CBD oil is considered a stimulant. In low doses, though, CBD activates the same receptors as caffeine. However, you may be surprised that CBD can also be used to promote restful sleep. At moderate to high doses, and that's generally how we take it, it promotes sleep because it calms you down. Many times we have insomnia because so many things, anxiety, they're running through the body. So it calms it down. It lets you rest. CBD can also control some insulin. No matter how much you think you have maximized your workout, you may find that you still have that flabby belly, or that your muscle building of efforts are somewhat useless. If you think that you are dealing with such an issue, your insulin sensitivity may be lower than normal. Well, CBD oil can be used to improve insulin sensitivity. Excessively high insulin sensitivity promotes the storage of extra glucose or glycogen in the liver and muscles, as compared to extra glucose being stored in fat. Alternatively, low insulin sensitivity causes difficulties in transporting glucose into the muscles, storing it as a fat instead. CBD use isn't just linked to good insulin sensitivity, though. It results in a smaller waist as well. Thus, you should no longer wonder why a friend of yours taking weed can eat a lot and not gain weight. So that answers all of those questions for me. Okay. Now, let's talk about inflammation. Whenever we work out, our muscles are stressed. We get inflammation in our joints and the muscles. CBD is one of the key factors of relieving inflammation because it goes right into the joints. It goes into the cellular level. It can really help maximize those that are doing weightlifting, the heavy weights, and when you're pumping up your termination the length of your workout, you're making your muscles work harder. And I'm sure you've awoken the next day and your muscles are screaming at you. So in your training routine, if you get into the habit of taking CBD as a regular maintenance supplement, it's going to naturally control all of the inflammation that you're going to get based on some of the exercises that you do. So the level of your pain the next day will go down considerably. That's a big plus. So let's talk about athletes, strength trainers, and individuals wanting to get that well sculpt body. Okay, don't look at me. Okay. You can have a supplement. They use a lot of supplements within their diet. And so CBD as an oil consumption, you can just take it into the body. It becomes anti-catabolic properties and can help you build more muscles. However, that is not easy to deal with. Cortisol, which is a catabolic hormone naturally produced by the body, can break down muscles easily, particularly in cases of severe illness and injury. That's when you have the atrophy of your muscles. If you have been training for months and you get sick or injured, all that work can be wiped out in weeks due to the cortisol. CBD can counter cortisol's effect. I mentioned that earlier with some of the benefits. It interferes with cortisol secretion to prevent catabolism. Of course, positive habits like medication may also help in the reduction of cortisol and stress. But we want you to go the CBD route. The absorption dilemma has also been brought up as a question. CBD oil should be taken internally or sublingually. Yes, it can be used on the skin. I often do it for what I call a spot treatment. But when you take it internally, it is going directly into all of your cells throughout your body. So it's not a spot treatment. And it has been shown to enhance some of the absorption of it. Black pepper, turmeric, Also, MCT or coconut oil, palm oil, and even the hemp seed oil itself have all been shown to enhance its absorption rate. So, okay, so black pepper and turmeric might not taste good. Guess what? We're going to have one that actually does taste good, and we're going to maximize all of that. I wanted to give you all of these different informational pieces because pretty soon you're going to be wanting to follow what Dr. Dance is doing over here. CBD has numerous perks. It's one compound with several different compositions or chemical compositions. Yes, it's derived from hemp, which is the cannabis son. Let's say there's a cannabis plant and one strain is the hemp. It does not have all the marijuana narcotics, the effect and those what we consider harmful effects, but instead CBD can improve your health in general. CBD is legal throughout the states, and the THC levels in those that are full spectrum are below 3%, which is considered zero. So you won't be getting on that high, but also you just want to think about what are you doing for your body? What are you doing to enhance your athletic, your physical, your fitness level across the board? I've seen it mentioned in Men's Health and other health magazines. I've seen it written up in articles. So this is something that athletes and people in performance or exercise platforms that really are trying to maximize their workouts need to be looking at CBD. So what I want you to do is start following CBD Talks, and that's cbd-talks.com, because some additional research and exciting news is going to be coming out in just a few months, probably before then. But that's www.cbd-talks.com. I want to thank you for tuning in today, and that's all we have at CBD Talks with Dr. Dance. See you next time.